My name is Arzan. I lead business messaging partnerships at Meta. If you are a small business, what you're going to be learning at the end of this is how do you scale your business? What is the opportunity with a messaging platform like WhatsApp? If you're a startup or if you're a developer, how can you access a better consumer cohort or a better audience by embedding WhatsApp within your platform? That is what I think you should look out for. And we also have a masterclass at 3 p.m. If you want to become a partner, if you want to take WhatsApp as part of a solution to consumers, how should they be looking or thinking of talking to you? Broadly, we all know as a nation, we are at a very interesting point in terms of technology and evolution. We are likely to become an 8 trillion economy over the next 3 years. 1 trillion out of that in the country is going to come from many of you who are in the room today. People who are embracing technology, building on the back of technology to power outcomes for products and services for small and medium businesses in India. We are likely to become like a $5,000 per capita economy, but whichever way you look at it, the people in this room and the technology that comes out of this nation is going to be a very big force in terms of driving this, this market transition. I'll spend a couple of minutes on a very interesting study that we did with Bain and Company. If you look at the people in India who are consuming the internet, roughly we have about 700 million people every single month who are consuming or messaging a business or using WhatsApp. Very broadly, we can break that up into two cohorts. The first 200 million, who are typically in metro cities, very active consumers of the internet, will browse social media, social media sites, do internet commerce transactions, use UPI, and very frequently swipe the credit cards for doing transactions online. When they were interviewed, more than 2/3 said that if they are asked to download an app for a product or a service, they will almost definitely abandon the transaction. 40% said that it is a very big pain point in the journey when a product or a service is somewhere asks them to download an app. And 3 and 5 said that you would prefer to have a conversational message with a business, just like you talk to friends and family, to be able to buy a product or service at will. Which means for this cohort who are primarily in, let's say, the large metros or the large tier 2 cities, if you are thinking of delivering a product or a service, you'll have to think of building low friction, intuitive, safe journeys to ensure that you are able to engage with these consumers or these customers on WhatsApp. Now let's take a look at the other 450 million, next 45 crore people. Typically this audience is in tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4 towns, very active consumers on social media, but not very active in terms of doing internet transactions. Yes, they will be UPI users, but this is the audience that every single brand wants to target to increase their revenue and their sales. Our largest customers in the country, whether it's Flipkart or Amazon, at any point in time, in any month, they do not have more than 100 or 150 million active transactions of people who've either used the app or used the website, which is the first cohort that you saw. This is the cohort where every single marketer, every single business, whether you're small or large, wants to capture wallet share from this audience in order to drive their products or services home. So if you're a developer, you're building something, think of ways in which WhatsApp can be embedded in your platform to reach a consumer audience that has not even discovered your customer's brand yet. And that is what we're going to speak about a little bit right now. India has over 1 billion smartphones and is likely to touch about 1.5 billion in the next 15 years. However, in India, we see today, at present, there are more than 650 million active users on WhatsApp, and 60% of them say they want to talk to a business just like the way they speak with friends and family. So if you look at what you do in a day, whether you're booking a meal or booking a cab or, or paying a bill or, any kind of regular search or a transaction that you're doing, your entire experience is fragmented. If everything is brought within the palm of your hand, within your phone and within WhatsApp, it's the first thing that you see in the morning, it's the last thing that you see at night. Every single business is now establishing its identity and its presence on WhatsApp to target the consumers that you saw earlier, because businesses have realized that consumers spend most of their time today in India on WhatsApp. So targeting a consumer for your product or service at a place where he spends the most of his time is the best chance to get business from them. So gone are the days where people will start sending SMSs or emails. Open your phones and see how many 100 SMSs you have. It's a cost, crores, tens, hundreds of crores of money brands spend on SMSs, but engagement is zero. So with WhatsApp, with your ability to send all of this that you see on the screen, whether it's video, whether it's voice, whether it's multimedia, whether it's PDFs, invoices, text, speech, voice notes, everything at the same price of sending a SMS message. And that is why every single business in the country is redefining their engagement with consumers from traditional channels into WhatsApp. So if you are a business across the entire spectrum of your sales cycle, from discovering an audience to engaging with them to getting to make their first purchase to getting them to engage with you for customer support and bringing them back, at every single stage of the life cycle, WhatsApp, as per Forrester, has proven to be significantly better than any other communication channel with numbers that you see on your screen. So messaging has become a way of life. 75% of people say that yes, they would like to talk to an audience, just like the way they talk to friends and family. So if you are a developer or if you're a platform partner, the opportunity for you is big because businesses today are spending more and more towards engaging with consumers on WhatsApp. If you are building something, whether it's CRM, whether it's SaaS, whether it's voice automation, whether it's any form of a SaaS platform, think of ways in which you will bring it in front of your customers who can then use to target their audiences on WhatsApp. That is what is going to drive consumption by better readability and better reach. At WhatsApp in India, we are driving growth by focusing on 4 or 5 key important things. And it's important for you to realize if you're a business or a partner, how does this fit into your overall scheme of things? So like I said earlier, the biggest way to drive ROI is to engage with an audience or engage with a customer, a consumer, through a marketing messages journey. That means at every point in your entire sales cycle, whether you are discovering a new user, whether you are getting him to consider for something else, whether you're re-engaging him, whether there's an abandoned cart drop-off, WhatsApp is the trigger that will help them to complete the transaction natively within WhatsApp itself. So there are new messaging formats that are evolving where you can just, as if you're really seeing something on an app, you can feel that experience now within WhatsApp. Whether it's images, whether it's carousels, you can scroll. Partners are also building agentic AI in terms of having conversational AI to make it very free flow for businesses to ask questions to brands for them to answer back in terms of what they want. So this is what we are seeing. We're also introducing what is called optimized delivery. So if you're a business and you're, let's say, sending 100,000 messages to a captive cohort of audiences on WhatsApp, and let's say only 70,000 are reading it, the next time you send that campaign again, it will only go to those 70,000 users instead of 100,000 users. So you'll be charged 30% lesser. Signals will be captured from those businesses. They'll come back to us so that the next time that brand runs that campaign, it will only go to the cohort who's most likely to open, read, click, and do an action. So you're optimizing the cost of delivering something from a business to a consumer. That's how it becomes super intelligent to give you a high return on the investment of what you've spent by building on WhatsApp compared to anything else who will charge you only for sending or for what has been delivered, right? So that is what we're doing through a new API which is called optimized delivery. We're also bringing a very interesting feature called web views. So when you, let's say, open Instagram, you'll see a web page in front of you where you can scroll and do a lot of things. That entire web experience is now natively embedded within WhatsApp. So if you have a website, you can actually bring that web URL within WhatsApp for a consumer to complete the entire engagement journey within WhatsApp itself without having to branch off to an app or a website. Because when you branch off, there is a 30 to 40% drop off. And businesses have discovered that by embedding that URLs into WhatsApp through what we call as web views is really helping to drive better ROI. So imagine you don't even have to go outside of WhatsApp to an actual website to be able to do a transaction. Right? You also get very strong ROI with very important, sensitive and critical notification messages, what we call utility. Let's say a bank statement. You'll almost definitely open and read what it is, right? Or if it's an update in terms of your banks, sending you some details with respect to, say, KYC, or let's say an insurance premium that is due for renewal, or let's say a mobile phone bill receipt, or an electricity bill payment reminder or a bill receipt. These are called utility messages or transaction notifications. And businesses have realized the more they use this to engage with consumers, the more the user is going to open a promotion or a marketing notification that they may send at a later point in time to keep that engagement high. Going forward, we have also introduced our voice APIs. What this means is today, the way a business chats with a user on WhatsApp, you can now have a discussion using voice. And that is happening in 2 or 3 forms. I'll show you live use cases of some very, very key brands who are using either voice notes or agentic AI voice to have a differentiated conversation between consumers and businesses. This is an example of Indigo.
Show me one-way flight tickets from Bangalore to Delhi for 12th September for one adult.
This entire transaction happened in less than 1 minute. You don't need to download an app. Indigo saw phenomenal results. Now, this form of booking tickets for Indigo is now going from 500 a day to 5,000 a day. They want to, sorry, from 500 a month to 5,000 a month. They are on track to complete this to 5,000 a day. When they do this, Indigo pays 20% commission to 70% of its revenue that comes from outsourced travel agencies or travel portals. With this, they saw significant reduction in the cost and a real use case of a very simple voice note actually helping to do a transaction and solve a simple problem. For anybody who's on outside, having a regular internet connection to get a ticket booked with native payments where you just pay through whatever UPI app you have on your phone within WhatsApp itself, right? So, such an important and powerful case. I'll show you one more very important example on voice using agentic AI for a real estate company called No Broker.
How can I assist you today?
Hi, I'm looking for a 2 BHK for rent. Can you help me?
Sure. Can you please share the city and the locality where you're looking for the 2 BHK? Also, let me know your budget range.
Yeah, I'm looking for this property in Belindur, Bangalore, and my budget is 40 to 45,000.
Got it. You're looking for a 2 BHK in Bellandur, Bangalore, with a budget of 40 to 45,000 rupees. Let me search for properties that match your requirements. One moment, please. I found a property for you. It's a 2 BHK in Bellandur, Bangalore, with a rent of 35,999 rupees per month. The size is 1,080 square feet, located in the RC Sainiketan building.
नहीं मैम, ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी तो मुझे नहीं पसंद आ रही. एक दूसरी प्रॉपर्टी दिखा दीजिए प्लीज.
ठीक है, मैं आपकी पसंद के अनुसार दूसरी प्रॉपर्टी ढूंढती हूँ. कृपया एक पल प्रतीक्षा करें. यहाँ एक और प्रॉपर्टी है. ये तो BHK है, जिसकी लोकेशन काईकोंडराली, बैंगलोर में है. क्या आपको ये पसंद है?
जी हाँ मैम, ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी अच्छी है. इसके ओनर को कैसे कॉन्टैक्ट कर लूँ मैं?
अच्छा लगा सुनकर कि आपको ये प्रॉपर्टी पसंद आई. मैं आपको सुझाव दूंगी कि आप नो ब्रोकर का रिलैक्स प्लान चुनें. इसमें एक डेडिकेटेड मैनेजर आपकी पूरी प्रक्रिया संभालेगा और मालिक से संपर्क कराने में मदद करेगा. क्या आप इसमें रुचि रखते हैं?
जी हाँ मैम.
प्लीज होल्ड ऑन फॉर अ मिनट. लेट मी चेक विद दैट. मैंने आपको नो ब्रोकर रिलैक्स प्लान की जानकारी और पेमेंट लिंक व्हाट्सएप पर भेज दी है. इसे चेक करके आप आगे की प्रक्रिया शुरू कर सकते हैं. धन्यवाद. क्या आप मुझे सुन सकते हैं?
जी हाँ मैम. बस ठीक है, थैंक यू. यहाँ से मैं बाय कर लूँगा.
ठीक है, धन्यवाद. नो ब्रोकर से संपर्क करने के लिए हम आपकी मदद करते रहेंगे. शुभ दिन.
This is a real use case. Every single real estate company in the country today wants to deploy it because the cost of a human agent speaking to you when you call any organization for any product or service is nothing less than 30 to 35 rupees per minute. This call can happen in less than a tenth of that fraction. So the consumer, when he was looking out for rental properties, spoke. He was addressed by an agentic AI. There was no human intervention. The agentic AI also went and upsold a premium plan. Like he did an upsell. It was a sales uplift. He paid something. switched the language to Hindi, what he was comfortable talking, changed it on the fly, and got him to buy something which he really wanted without paying any brokerage. This is just one example on agentic AI, but there is every single vertical in the country that is using solutions on WhatsApp with agentic AI that is redefining the way businesses interact with consumers and saving a lot of cost, saving a lot of human cost for call centers because it is extremely expensive to maintain that. Right? So this is the power of opening voice APIs and using agentic AI on WhatsApp. And just like voice, very soon you'll also have video APIs. So let's say for education or healthcare, the ability to speak by just opening a WhatsApp chat and clicking to call from a business to a consumer. Today we can do it peer to peer as friends and family, but for a business to call and engage is something which is on the cards, and it will happen in time to come. This is an example of native payments. This is an example of native payments on WhatsApp. So Tata AIA collected 1,000 crores worth of insurance premium only by sending reminders on WhatsApp. A payment reminder which on one click opens a payment native interface within WhatsApp, and you can pay through whatever instrument you have on your phone, UPI, debit, credit card, net banking. Because the ability for a person to read their WhatsApp, click on a payment reminder and pay on time is a very big differentiator with respect to collecting money on time. So whether you're a bank, whether you're a fintech, whether you're an NBFC, whether you're any lender, ability to retrieve a payment on time has leapfrogged by sending those payment reminders on WhatsApp. Finally, WhatsApp is a great medium for businesses to engage with consumers when it comes to targeting their captive users, people who are expecting a message or expecting something that is relevant for them at a certain time of the day for them to start building an engagement journey and for the business to get a good ROI. But what happens if a business wants to discover new consumers? How do I use WhatsApp to do that? I can't just go and randomly target a list of 1 crore phone numbers that the telemarketer may send me. My phone number will die because everybody's going to block me as spam because they never signed up. It's not relevant for them. They didn't expect a message to come. You and I will mark something as spam if we didn't sign up for it, right? So we have ads that click to WhatsApp, and ads that click to WhatsApp are a means where a brand can discover new audience. So once you click on an ad, which can be an Instagram ad or a Facebook reel or on any of our surfaces, or it can even be a Google business ad, it can help you to discover a new audience because the phone number gets discovered the moment you type hi and first party data is captured. Then you can retarget the consumer by saying, hey, since you're a first time user, you came to my website, you saw my ad, would you like a 40% discount on your first purchase, etc., etc. Furthermore, these ads can be optimized. It can be optimized for purchases. So we capture signals back from the business for those who actually click on the ads and convert a sale to ensure that the ad appears to similar look-alike audiences so that your return on ad spend is maximized. So you can optimize these ads. We capture the signals through our conversions API, and the brand is able to optimize the ad so that it appears in front of the right people only. Right? So that is the beauty of using ads that click to WhatsApp. You can even add WhatsApp to your Google business profile, and once you do that, you can come into a WhatsApp journey to engage. Extremely important point today, we are a WhatsApp first nation. We have 650, 700 million users on WhatsApp. The number of users on Instagram is even higher than the number of monthly users on WhatsApp. Everybody today, let me give you some statistics. In India, 30% of the people who consume the internet, 30% of the people who consume the internet are between the age of 16 to 25, which is your Gen Z, as we call them. 50% of the people who use the internet are between the age of 25 to 45, or Gen X, and everybody else is Gen Y. This audience, 70% of this audience is in tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4 cities and towns. They are almost definitely on social media, they are scrolling through Instagram, they are scrolling through Facebook. These audiences will not download a new app for a product or a service that you launch tomorrow at a later date, thinking, hey, I will target this user in this town, he's going to download my app. They will not download the app. You saw that in the Bain statistics earlier. There is app fatigue, they will not download a new app. So WhatsApp becomes a digital divide for them to be able to address this market. So the only way in which As a brand, you will be able to discover this audience is by running ads on Instagram and Messenger, Instagram and Facebook. It will be the only way in which you can discover new audiences who will click on the ad to start consuming, bringing them onto WhatsApp, discovering the identity and then retargeting them. This is an example of Berger Paints. Who would think someone like Berger Paints would run ads that click to WhatsApp? 80% of their IT budget is now ads that click to WhatsApp because it gives them phenomenal returns compared to any form of digital budget spend. This is something very important I want to show you. This is what we did for the government of Andhra Pradesh, and we have also signed an MOU with the government of Tamil Nadu to build citizen services on WhatsApp. What this means is, downloading a birth certificate, death certificate, land record, paying property tax, municipal tax, bus ticketing, temple darshan, everything is possible even if you don't know how to type in English, in vernacular language, using voice notes on WhatsApp. This is now live for government of Andhra Pradesh for 700 citizen services. What you can consume of an app or a website can now be consumed through WhatsApp. Last week we launched it with the government of Odisha, and very soon we'll be launching it with another large government. We hope we are on track to launch this with the government of TN in days to come. But extremely powerful when it comes to delivering technology to citizens in the smallest of towns and villages who are consuming technology. Finally, to leave you with, how are we building a partner ecosystem? If you think about how we've evolved, we used to first work only with the large CPaaS SMS aggregators. Going forward, every single company that you see on this slide, or every single cohort of our segment that you see on this slide, whether you're a SaaS company, whether you're a CRM company, whether you're a voice company, whether you're an AI company, whether you're a digital marketer, whether you're an agency, whether you're a cloud company, every single business who you see over here, or every single kind of business that you see over here, have realized that by embedding WhatsApp within their platforms, their go-to-market, their ability to outreach 10x number of clients has just increased simply because they've embedded WhatsApp into their system. That's why they want to now become a partner and say, hey, how can I be partner with you to make sure either me or my client is able to take their offerings to the customer, because all of the customers are on WhatsApp. Right? So this is how we're building the ecosystem. We have a masterclass at between 3 and 4 in Hall C. If you are a developer and you want to become a WhatsApp partner, please understand it's an extremely simple way in which you can actually go ahead and build your own embedded sign-up and bring clients on your platform to get them to start using WhatsApp solutions together. That is all I have. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, we are around and we're happy to talk to you through it. Thank you so much.